伝わるあらすじビュンビュン森の中へズンズン音謎のガチャして大変だウィスパー出ちゃったプンプンねえ不祥事ってなんだろう妖怪ウォッチで覗いちゃえはい全部ゲラポンメダルパッド解決だ
What's up, everyone? This is Logan589XP, and that is right, it is time to discuss what I thought of the English dub of the first Yokai Watch movie. I'm gonna straight up say, I was not expecting this to turn out good at all. I expected it to be marginally better than the dub of the regular show, but I was very surprised from what I actually saw. I don't know if Level 5 has been listening to me or something, but this movie is way better than the regular dub. It's like, how did this happen? It's almost like a miracle this turned out good. Not only good, but great. Like, what? Seriously, and when me, you know, the #1 hater of the dub, you know, the person, you know, when I say this turned out good, that means something. And this turned out a lot better than I expected. That's really just the best way I can summarize this. It turned out way better than I expected. It wasn't perfect. There were definitely some things in there that they got, well, either one, they got it wrong, or two, yeah, we'll talk about that later. But, yeah, overall impressions, it was actually pretty good, considering I thought it was going to be terrible. I thought this was going to be another cringe fest like the regular show, but nope, it wasn't. It was actually, 99% of it was very watchable and very enjoyable. So, did they change anything? Well, of course they did, but the question is, what did they change? And even then, what important things were changed? Well, I did notice a few things. Some small minor things is when Fuyunyan takes out the reverse, the stone takes him back in time. In the Japanese version, it's like a Doraemon reference. They keep in that scene, but they take out all the Doraemon-related dialogue, and they take out the Doraemon voice. They didn't, like, really do anything with that. Also, there were some other minor things here and there I noticed, but for the most part, yeah, they kept in pretty much all the important stuff. That's the key word here, all the important stuff. So, that's one good thing there. Also, none of the voices were cringy. Let me repeat that. None of the voices were cringy. With the exception of one. Koma-san. I've already stated in the past how I really don't like Koma-san's English voice, because they basically had to make him a freaking "hey y'all" type of person. I don't like that at all. It sounds really stupid. I don't like that stupid accent, how it's changed. It's completely changed his character from the Japanese version. But somehow they managed to make it worse. Unless my ears just weren't working, I swear, they made his voice worse. I don't mean the southern accent or anything, no, I mean like they took his voice and they made it more high-pitched. I know for a fact it was not nearly that high-pitched. It went from being "hey y'all" to "hey y'all." Like, okay, that was probably a terrible impression, but like if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. he is the one and only thing they really screwed up, and even then, that's really minor, and it's not really a huge deal, because, I mean, he's only in, like, the last 5 minutes in the movie anyway, so whoop-a-dee-doo, but I'm just going to point that out now, that they somehow made his voice worse, but everyone else was pretty good. Fu Yunyan's English voice, Keizo's English voice, the Kim Jin, and even, what the heck is her name? I forgot what the heck, whatever. Ubanti, I think is what her Japanese name is. You know, like, the ruler of the Kamiya, you know, those spirits, and you know what I'm talking about. I'm having trouble remembering names already. Wow. However, I do have one small complaint with Ubante's voice, and that's the fact that I really hate that stupid da-da-da thing that she does every single time she, like, that was just, like, why? That sounds so stupid. I don't know, I can't. It's like, it was not like that in the Japanese version, I can tell you that for a fact. She actually said slang. It wasn't just da-da-da-da-da, like, it's like in a pattern that goes. Also, another small thing, no, that's not really a voice thing, though. But, I mean, aside from that one little piece of dialogue that character has, everything else turned out great. The other characters turned out great. All the characters that I personally cared about turned out great, and that's what matters. But, if I had to say what the #1 most cringiest part of this movie was, well, not even this version, just this movie in general, is the stupid Moxie! Now, I'm not gonna give the English dub a hard time on this one, because the Japanese version has this exact same problem. It was cringy in the Japanese version. It's even more cringy on this one. Oh my god, I'm already okay, in the Japanese version, it's Guts. In this one, it's Moxie! I hate the way they say it. It sounds so, ugh. Why? I mean, once again, that's not a problem unique to this version. The Japanese version had it, and it sounded cringy on that too, but... Moxie! Then again, okay, better question, why not keep it Guts? I mean, I know this is one of those small things again, but still, like, what was wrong with Guts? Like, what? Like, that was all English, that wasn't Japanese, whatever. Although, even if it was still Guts, it would have still been cringy, so I'm not gonna once again, I'm not gonna fault the dub specifically on this, because it was in the Japanese version, it was cringy on that too, but it still exists, so I'm gonna bring it up. But that is the only part, really, that's that cringy, though. So once again, that's a huge improvement over the regular anime, where it makes me cringe every 5 seconds. So, the fact that this movie really only got me to cringe on, like, one particular scene for a movie that's over, like, an hour and 30 minutes, that means that's an accomplishment. Level 5, please keep on this track. Maybe I'll actually come back and actually enjoy the dub again. But, I mean, you got my interest, Level 5, sprite animation, all the guys behind the US version. You got my attention now. I mean, yeah, that's basically the best way to describe this movie. It's basically like, this movie was basically going to be the last saving grace of the dub for me. If they screwed this up, I'm done. Like there's no hope for this version for me. Keyword is for me, because I know everyone else likes it, but I don't. And I still technically don't, but I'm definitely a lot more kind to it now after seeing this movie. Because they basically, because like really the real problem ultimately comes down to the cringe. If they remove that factor, which they pretty much did in this movie, then it's pretty good. See, I think that's the real problem that the anime has, the regular anime. It's too cringy. There's too much cringy dialogue. But in this movie, they had practically none of that, and that's why I really liked it. So, Level 5, keep doing what you're doing, and please don't screw up anymore. But what was my biggest disappointment with this movie? Because for the most part, with a few things here and there, but with a few exceptions, I enjoyed basically this entire movie. And I'm going to give Level 5's localization team props for making it good this time, and not a giant cringe fest. But there was, of course, one thing that was removed that a lot of people have been talking about, and of course I have to talk about it, because it's something that I knew was going to happen. I avoided it. I was being hopeful, but I knew that deep down that this was not going to happen. Yep, it's true. Gara Poe was cut and replaced by another Swampy remix. Level 5, understand we don't want that intro anymore. You've made too many remixes and they all sound practically the same. Bring back Gara Poe, that's the one that everyone actually gives a damn about. I'm not saying you can't like Swampy Marsh, I actually like it, it doesn't deserve to be the main song, is my point. Like, it shouldn't be the main song, you shouldn't be... seriously, why is it gone? There's no reason to get rid of Gara Poe, especially when it's the most popular song. They've done numerous surveys on what everyone's favorite Yokai Watch song is. Gara Poe wins by leaps and bounds over any other Yokai Watch song ever. It's like it's the series' most iconic song, and they basically have cut it for no reason whatsoever. To this date, there has not been any official explanation or reason as to why they've cut Gara Poe. My theory is that they have some kind of exclusivity deal with Swampy Marsh to make those remixes and stuff for a limited time, but then eventually they can go back to using Gara Poe. That's just a theory. I really have no clue why they don't use Gara Poe anymore. It doesn't even have to be the main intro. Just do the swapping thing. Like, why don't they just do what they did in Season 1 where they did one episode of Gara Poe, then another episode of Swampy Marsh? I would be okay with that. That would be enough. Why not just have the new Gara Poe intros for one episode, and then switch to Swampy Marsh in the next episode, Gara Poe, and then Swampy Marsh? Like, just alternate every episode like you used to. I'd be okay with that. Heck, if you just upload them on YouTube and you didn't use them in any episode, I would be okay with that. I just want them to exist. There's no reason for them not to exist. Everyone wants them. No one wants Swampy Marsh anymore. We're sick and tired of it. It's overstayed its welcome. There's 4 different variations that sound almost exactly the same. And yeah. But even though they completely scrapped Gara Poe's intro, which, by the way, I uploaded last year and is currently the most viewed video on my channel, they did keep it in. Very, very briefly, at the very end. The ending song for the first movie was dubbed over, which I was honestly kind of surprised by. Even more surprising, they kept in the segments with Gara Poe. There was a few tiny areas where they combined Gara Poe with Swampy Marsh on the end, but for the most part, Gara Poe is completely intact on the end. So why did they keep that, but not keep the intro? The intro that everyone wants. And I know everyone wants it because ever since the movie has come out, a bunch of people have been going into that video I have, the one that has over 200,000 views of the first movie's intro, and they've been complaining about how there's no dubbed version of that song. Level 5, people want the song, give it to us. You don't have to put it on a DVD or Blu-ray, you don't have to update it, you don't have to put it in the movie or any of the episodes. Just make it and put it on YouTube and we will all shut up. But now that Gara Poe is almost completely forgotten about, I mean, they kept it at the end, but they didn't, but no, okay, that's what I don't understand, like, why the heck were they, okay, see, I've heard people theorize that, oh, they don't have the rights to use it anymore. Okay, they don't have the rights to use it anymore, sure. Then explain to me why they were allowed to keep it at the end. Gara Poe was at the end, but we can't have it at the beginning? See, what's going on here? I want to seriously know. Why isn't Gara Poe being used? I want a legit answer from someone. I don't care if it's a voice actor, if it's Hino himself. I just want an answer from someone in the development process of this show why we don't have this song. There's no reason for it. It's the most popular song. It's Yokai Watch's most iconic theme song, and it's being scrapped for no reason. We've had absolutely no answer as to why that it was removed in Yokai Watch 2, why it was removed in this movie, and why it will probably be removed from any future projects at this point. Hopefully at some point Level 5 will notice. If I want to make a case for Gara Po, I could just point to the YouTube channel. On the Yokai Watch official, the English Yokai Watch official YouTube channel, Gara Po has almost about 4 million views. The Swampy Song, only 1 million. There is 3 million more views on the Gara Po video. That should be evidence enough to show it's more popular. And what's weird is I heard someone on Twitter tell me that one of the voice actors said the reason why it was scrapped, or at least not used anymore, is because, quote-unquote, the kids don't like it and they like the Swampy Marsh one. I don't buy that for a single second. Look at the YouTube channel, look at the YouTube comments all over across the internet, look at Twitter, look anywhere, and it's clear as day that Gara Po was the more popular song. Put it back in, or at least put it on YouTube. Come on. Okay. Rant over. But yeah, I think we're gonna end this video now. It's been going on for a little while, and I gotta work on some other stuff. So, just a quick summary. So basically, what I think of the movie, I thought it turned out pretty good, with the exception of 1 or 2 dialogue changes here and there. One cringy dance move that was already in the Japanese version and it was cringy there, so I'm not gonna dock the dub for it. And, of course, the removal of Gara Po for seemingly arbitrary reasons, even though it's at the end but not at the beginning. I actually really liked it. So I'm going to go ahead and give this dub movie I'm going to give it like an 8 out of 10. Which is saying something, because I would give the regular show a 2 out of 10. Or something. Okay, maybe not a 2 out of 10, like 6 out of 10. That sounds better. Okay. I'm going to give, the regular show is like a 6 out of 10. This dubbed movie was an 8 out of 10. So, that's an improvement, and the fact that it was mostly not cringy makes me hope that from this point onward, episodes will be a lot more watchable, and I might actually be able to get into the dub, finally. But, until that happens, I'm gonna just avoid it for now. But, you have impressed me, Level 5. You have impressed me with this movie. The fact that you have proved you can make a non-cringy dub of this franchise is a step in the right direction. And I hope it continues to be good from this point onward. And bring Gara Po back. So, what did you guys think of the movie? I know that most people said they really liked it. As I just previously stated, I did like it. There were some things here and there I didn't like, and of course the removal of Gara Po, but overall I did really enjoy it. And I definitely will be looking forward to when the second movie gets dubbed, because we all know that's going to happen. Which will probably be sometime in 2017. And I'm going to have to hear Inaho's cringy English voice. I'm sure it won't be that bad. We'll have to see what Inaho's English voice is and USA Pion's English voice is, but that's not happening for at least a year. We're still quite a ways off from Yokai Watch 3 territory in the US, but I definitely am going to be looking forward to the next Yokai Watch movies dub in the US. So yeah, what do you guys think about it? And I'm sure most of you are going to say it's great, but if you have anything you want to point out in particular, anything I got wrong or something like that, then feel free to put in the comments. And with that being said, this is Logan589XP, signing out, and I will see you guys next time.